Namaste. Good evening. This is Dr. Aparna. I am an Ayurvedic psychotherapist. I am a passionate Ayurveda and psychotherapy infopreneur, a medical writer, and a psycho-oncology and neuropsychology educator. In my pursuit to address, promote, and propagate Ayurveda and psychotherapy globally, I come up with talk throughs and discussions every week on Ayurveda, mental health, psychotherapy, and related aspects. So, today we are discussing yoga. So, the impact of yoga on mental health. We all have heard of yoga, pranayama, asanas, the meditations, the yoga, and the postures. So, today what we are doing is interpreting yoga the strategic way. So, I am an Ayurvedic psychotherapist. So, my focus would be on mind control therapy. How can yoga can be used as a therapy? So, if we have to, understand or interpret yoga, first we have to know what is the meaning of yoga. So the word yoga comes from the Sanskrit root word yuj. So yuj yate anena iti yoga. So yuj meaning to join or to unite. So yoga is uniting of the individual consciousness, or which we call as jivatma, to the universal consciousness, that is Paramatma. So, yoga is the medium to unite Jivatma to Paramatma. That means individual consciousness to the universal consciousness. So, yoga, Patanjali defines. Patanjali is the sage, who has done an extensive work in yoga, in the field of yoga. So Patanjali defines in yoga as, excuse me, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. That means yoga is a process of gaining control over the mind. How? By cessation of the fluctuations of the mind, or by inhibitions, you're by inhibiting the modifications or the fluctuations of the mind. So that is called yoga. He says yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So by controlling the mind, one can reach the original state. The technique of mind control, prescribed by Maharshi Patanjali, has tools to develop the power of concentration and focusing of mind with increased speed of thoughts, and to harness power to stop all thoughts in the mind. So Vashishta, see, Yoga Vashishta is a book on yoga. So it says, Manaha Prashamanopayaha Yoga Ityabhidiyate. So, yoga is a skillful tool or a trick to calm down the mind. So, Manaha Prashamanopayaha Yoga Ityabhidiyate, which means the yoga is a skillful tool or a method or a process to calm the mind. Yogic methods are subtle and skillful. So, and it the knowledge of the mind, is the key. It is the key to subsiding or subduing the thoughts, the distractive thoughts of the mind in a skillful way. And in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that yoga karmasu kaushalam. That means, which means that yoga is dexterity in action. So this perfection in action is a result of calmness and awareness of mind. So dexterity also, it also means that the action is done with maximum efficiency. So um and then in Bhagavad Gita there is a reference. So yoga is defined as the equanimity of the mind, or the balance of the mind. So it is said that yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. So it means perform actions being established in yoga. So it will help by performing, actions that are mentioned in yoga. It will help you free from the attachments and being even minded, that is equanimity of the mind. In you will consider both success and failure in the same way. So evenness. So yoga is evenness of the mind. So uh, in Katopanishad, so it is defined as yoga is a state where indriyas, the senses or the sense organs, are held steadily. So it also means that the mastery of senses and the mind. So it says tam yogamiti manyate sthiram indriya dharanam. So also, Swami Vivekananda, he has emphasized the role of yoga as a means to accelerate the rate of evolution of an individual soul. So evolution is a natural process. All beings, including humans, are evolving constantly. We all know this. But through yoga, one can make a conscious effort to speed up the process of evolution. So one can get liberated from the cycle of birth and the cycle of death, the birth and the death, in a single birth itself. So, and also, Sri Aurobindo Ji has mentioned, emphasized that yoga is a conscious method towards self development, to bring out the inherent potential of the individual. So he focused on all round personality development, that means physical, emotional, mental, intellectual, and spiritual levels. So if we have to, sum up, that means, um, the word yoga, as I said, it means to unite. So the practice of yoga aims to create the union between body, mind, and soul, spirit. So it is, as well as between the individual self, individual consciousness, and universal consciousness, as I said, with from the jivatma to paramatma. So, what happens is such a union tends to neutralize ego driven thoughts and behaviors, creating a sense of spiritual awakening. So, there are four traditional parts of yoga: Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Raja Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is, as we know, the yoga which is done with devotion. Karma Yoga is action or a selfless service. Jnana Yoga is knowledge driven yoga. Raja Yoga is self discipline or the practice. So some definitions of yoga, I just wanted to highlight some definitions of yoga. So yoga anushasanam. If I have to start, talking about yoga, yoga is what disciplining yourself. That means yoga is the discipline. Yoga anushasanam. Yoga swastha jivanam. That is, yoga is the key to healthy life. Next is Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. That means yoga is the way of balancing the mind. So, yoga generates the state or the sense of equilibrium. So, Yogamai Ekachitta, that means yoga is alignment of the body with the mind. And yoga karmasu kaushalam, that is, yoga is a proficient skill in action. And as I said, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. This is mentioned in Patanjali. We already discussed this. That means yoga is the consciousness which isolates mind and intellect from the ego. That means yoga is the union between the individual consciousness, chitta, and the universal consciousness. So it emphasizes the need to calm and quiet the mind, which is constantly agitated by thoughts and actions. So Swami Vivekananda also, translates this sutra as yoga is restraining the mind, that from mind, the chitta, from taking various forms, vritti. So another definition states yoga as a balance. That means samatvam yoga uchyate. That means your equanimity is called yoga. So this is from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita defines, as I said, yoga as equanimity of the mind. So it signifies the ability to remain balanced and unaffected by the dualities of life. So pleasure and pain, success and failure. A person who is equanimous will take success and failure, pleasure and pain, attachment and detachment equally, you know um and at the end, yoga has samadhi. That means yoga is meditation. So these are some definitions, and this is how yoga is, yoga can be interpreted. We feel that how can yoga is not only useful for maintaining physical health, it is also very much helpful in maintaining mental health. So I just wanted to highlight, my point was to highlight the impact of yoga on mental health. So thanks for staying tuned. If you have any queries or thoughts or takeaways or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section. Namaste for today. I'll be back in